Got it.
All right, we're back in the saddle. Welcome everyone to admin today on this April 25th. Annie, would you do roll call for us, please?
I'd be happy to. Online, it looks like we have Cheryl Hartman, Christian Tyler, Christina DeWar, Doug Owens, Alicia Beckholtz, Heidi West, MCAT, and Mel Fisher. In 206, we have Commissioner Strohmeyer and Bureau. And we have Allison France, Brian West, Amy Bristow, Carrie Powers, Michelle Denman, Andrew Chorney, Maddie Scott, Annie Cathy, Chris Lounsbury, and Lori Heyer.
Excellent. Thank you, Annie. Is there any public comment today on items not on the agenda, but preferably within the purview of the Board of County Commissioners? Okay, seeing none, we will move on. We have a number of action items today.
Commissioners, with your permission, we were going to flip flop and do the grants first with Heidi and Andrew's item last, since it's a little more detailed.
Yes, let's not be deceived by the very mundane title. Okay, so let's do that. Heidi West, you have a number of items. You just want to walk us through these?
Yeah, sure. And if you want to consider all 6 of my items at once, I think that would be maybe the quickest way to do it. So what I have in front of you today are the 6 contracts for the 2024 impact grant cycle. And I know we reviewed all the projects at the update meeting. Would you like me to go through what they are and where they are? Yes.
Maybe just a high level.
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
A high level going through of the items. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So let me see what order they are. Okay, so the first one is a impact grant that will be for the Bonner Milltown Historical Center, and that's for them to install a native plant garden in partnership with the Bonner School. And that's for $2,585. The next one is for Sealy Lake Elementary School to support a new climbing structure at their playground. And that one is for the full $4,000. The next one's also in the Sealy area, so it is for $3,559 for the Clearwater Resource Council to purchase a boat motor so they can do invasive species monitoring and water quality monitoring in the Clearwater water basin. The next grant is for the Travelers Rest Preservation and Heritage Association, and this is a project where they bring Indigenous interpreters and demonstrators to the site throughout the summer, and they do demonstrations with visitors to that state park. So that one's headed to the Lolo community. The next grant is for the Missoula Symphony. That one is for the full $4,000 as well. And the Missoula Symphony sends musicians into 5 rural schools this year. And so they work with both band and orchestra students with the whole class or smaller group settings. And the schools that are participating this year are the Woodman School, Clinton School, Lolo, Target Range, and Bonner. And then I think I skipped one. Nope. And then the last one is for the Target Range Foundation. So that is also for the full $4,000. And this is to help replace the basketball nets at the basketball courts at the Target Range School. So all together, these projects total $20,744 in impact grant funding that will be going out to rural communities. And they should all be done by the end of the year.
Thanks, Heidi. Any questions? Anyone?
No, I'm so excited that we can do this, and look at the variety and depth of these projects for 20 grand. Like, it's so impressive. So thank you, Heidi.
All right, thank you.
I move to approve items 2 through 7.
Second that. Any further discussion or public comment on items 2 through 7? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks Heidi.
Thank you.
Good work. All right, we shall return to item number 1. This is a request to approve the Enterprise Resource Planning MSA/contract with Workday. Andrew.
Okay.
Screen.
It's, yeah, let's say it's just slow getting up onto the screen.
Is it saying?
It just taking a bit to get on there.
Many reasons for purchasing.
It's in on the computer. It's showing that.
Andrew, do you just want to try advancing it a slide and maybe just fiddles? Oh,
Mhm.
Bear with us, everyone. For folks joining virtually, if you can't see us in the room, the anticipation is building. We're all on the edge of our seats for this. So. Checking your pulse off.
Yeah.
There is a pulse.
Want me to try? I'll try. Let me see if it'll let me do it. We'll switch this to the PowerPoint. This one. That's not it. Okay. Gosh darn it.
Very in depth.
Andrew, do you want to email it to me and you can start talking and I'll get it up?
No, not this the right power.
206 is magic.
Sometimes the magic does not always work.
There it is now. I have it. That's just last one.
Yep. Up in just a second if you want to start.
Maybe we won't be done by 10:30.
It's gonna be fun. You're really not fast today.
You need to have the. So what are we putting up on the screen?
He knows.
That's right.
Well, Andrew, is there anything that you can just start telling us about this before we pull up the presentation?
Gosh,
Or not?
Well, we started the ERP selection, gosh, what was it? October? Was it 22 or 23? 23, October 23.
And for folks online who may not know what ERP stands for, maybe describe.
Yes. ERP systems are composed of several modules that facilitate day-to-day processes such as accounting, procurement, project management, human resources to facilitate the
What's the
integration of
acronym stand for?
enterprise resource planning.
Cashier.
Facilitate the integration of business processes and flow of data. Local governments benefit from implementation of ERP systems because they reduce the cost of operations through the standardization of integration of business processes across the business operating units.
Hang on a second, Andrew.
Free switch.
Wrangling cables here.
It's showing here again, but it's not showing.
Oh. Okay.
It's just the room, they can see it outside.
Yeah. It looks good online. That's all that matters.
Well, commissioners can't see it.
I'm
It's okay. We're good listeners.
Meyer knows this, and I'm gonna look over his shoulder.
Is it mine you're seeing?
Yeah,
That's me.
it's Chris.
Correct, okay. We don't know what slide he's on.
What's this?
That one. He is on that one.
Okay,
Nobody else knows.
There we go.
Soldier for 2020 right now.
yeah,
It's just not going to come up there.
it's not, it's easy to do so.
Yeah, you're good. It's working.
So I have agenda.
And
That's my slide that I have right now.
All right.
Okay, from the top here.
Wish you could see it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
I can see it, and Cheryl can see it, and Dave can see it.
Just
Kathy, right?
listen.
All right. The agenda, I was going to talk about an ERP introduction, the Infotech process, the firm we hired to assist us in selecting the vendors and writing the RFP and guiding us through the process. And then the cognizant workday selection and timeline, and then our recommended action. I started talking about what an ERP is, and it's composed of several modules of disparate data that's scattered around a local government or another business. We're trying to get these processes standardized across the operating units and improve evidence-based decision-making through the centralization of these data, and the breakdown of the silos.
I have your Infotech graphic up that says the schedule.
Yeah, this is, imagine a schedule, if you will.
Not that schedule, the other one.
We started back with Infotech in 2023, February 2023.
Andrew, I'm sorry, who's Infotech?
Infotech is a firm that brought this by Jason Emery originally. He had a contract with them to do certain work here at the county, but they also provide informational technology in terms of providing advice on selection of firms, data analysis of firms.
We have the room. Now we have the room and not the.
Yeah, I'm working.
Okay.
Teams is having a challenge here where it booted me out.
Oh, there we
And
go.
in the meantime, behind you now, you have Andrew presenting his own PowerPoint. And I will get it back up in Teams for the folks in Teams, and we'll follow along.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There's ways we can solve the technology challenge.
Yeah, so again, we'll go back.
All right,
So-
we're back.
Well, you'll be able to see it in front of you and everybody else can say that.
Yeah.
Infotech is a group of consultants, and they're based out of Canada, right, Michelle?
They have offices in Canada.
And they've done work with the county for years. We hired them to help us through this process, through the selection process. In the beginning, we developed a project kickoff deck, project schedule, and ERP strategy summary report. Then beginning in May, we started looking at deliverables, the solution requirements, the vendor landscape, the RFP response template, the evaluation scorecard. We issued the RFP in, was it June? And once we got them back, we took a look at them, and we developed a demonstration script and agenda, shortlisted the recommendations, vendor demonstration score summary, and selected the vendors. With that, the Infotech had recommended 4 vendors that met our RFP requirements. We then conducted written evaluations of each proposal. The vendors were RSM, Microsoft, and Can-Am. They was sort of a Microsoft technology based on one of the Microsoft products that was kind of clunky and didn't really work all that well. Tyler Technologies, with the Uni product, they came in. Workday came in with 2 implementers, one Cognizant or Collaborative, but their new name, and Workday with All Right implementation. We evaluated them on functional fit, technical fit, vendor strength, viability, implementation, and processing. And just to give you kind of a flavor of what these were the ultimate scores, but they came out of.
Click.
Your slide didn't. Technology is everywhere.
Yes, great.
Changing on your screen, Andrew?
I can see it changed online.
Yeah, I changed it all.
Okay, it's not changed with Sharon there.
Yeah, it's changed on this.
All right, well, I was just going to show you the scorecard. It was very in-depth. It was,
Little computer's tiny.
Yeah, suffice it to say, upgrading our technology could not come a moment too
oh,
soon.
yeah, well. Anyway, we had an incredible scorecard. It was many, many pages long. We evaluated them in a number of different details, and it was excruciating to say the least. At the end of it, we narrowed the field down to Workday, Cognizant, and Tyler Technologies.
Still warm.
Infotech and the county subject matter experts. We conducted 3.5-day in-person evaluations with both these firms. The first one was at a Quonset hut out at the fairgrounds. It was barely heated, but we made it through that. And then we found out the election center had some space, so we went there for the second one. But it was 3.5 days that I'll never get back. No, it was the end of the third day after talking about, you know, despite how excited you are about this new product, it gets tiring. So it was difficult, but we made it through, and they were graded on 9 important sections in our RFP, which I've listed here. And beyond that, we thought, well, we don't want to come in and just demo something and show us a shiny car. So we wrote the demo scripts ourselves and submitted them to them and had them work their magic with our information, given our issues. And that worked out really well for us. That was a really terrific approach. The county team scored Workday, ERP, and Cognizant implementation as first in our selection process. Some 8 weeks ago, we began contract negotiations with Cognizant. We contacted references throughout the process. We appreciated Workday's approach to public sector organizations and why they seek change. Generally, they have older technology, functional gaps, difficulty adopting leading practices, limited system support, limited self-service mobile capabilities, reliance on shadow systems and manual processes, which is a big problem here, gaps in user adoption, satisfaction, issues with duplication, effort, and data integrity, which is something that we struggle with each and every day, and challenges with reporting and analytics. Workday customers realize strategic and economic value through 3 levels: the technology simplification, level 1 outcomes, the level 2 outcomes are back to office transformations, and then finally the business effectiveness comes with level 3. Yeah. This was a evaluation of a job they did over at Clark County, Washington, one that Michelle is intimately familiar with, having worked there at that time. So they did some incredible things there, and they were about the size of our county, but a little bit larger, 1,500 employees, I think. But it was amazing things that they did while they were there. They were able to reduce the Maverick spend by 15%, fewer late time corrections per period, 87. Those are like an expenditure out of a line item that doesn't exist, wasn't budgeted for.
Okay.
Just didn't get. So 67% fewer late time corrections per pay period, an 80% decrease in days to implement an org change, continuous innovation, and new feature adoption. In transforming their operations, they went from 6.1 to 1.5 internal FTEs supporting finance in the IT function. The reason for that is that the Workday product is made so that finance people can do the IT work and configure the system and don't have to rely so much on the IT folks. We had a 50% reduced time on onboarding, 83% reduced recruit to hire time, 1.92 to 1.112 HR to employee ratio involvement improvement, 60% reduced payroll cycle time. Simplifying the technology, they went from 10,000 ledger accounts to 400. And that's something we're struggling with right now. Our auditors have dinged us saying we have way too many funds and we need to get that way down. Flexible configuration and unsupported complex customization, which I was talking about with the IT person versus finance, delivered employee and manager self-service and intuitive user experiences. And with Workday, with Cognizant, we love their plan, how they were going to implement, deal with the strategy, the plan, the architecture, configure, test, and deploy. A lot of words there. I'm not going to read them all, but to give you an idea, here's our start date, just before May 1st, next week. We're looking at a go live date of May 1st. May 1st.
Of this year.
Of 2025.
Oh, okay.
Next year.
Yeah. And throughout the whole process, we'll be using change management to roll out the truly foundational changes that will be taking place here at the county. This is the way we do business will change forever. And we're planning architectural configuration, test, deploy, and post. And we have teller cash sharing implementation. It'll take about 9 months. So we'll run consecutively with that. With the change management component, we realize that this is going to be a big deal for people to latch onto, and most of the time your technology adopter curve is something like this. You got your innovators, your early adopters, and then there's a gap, and you get your early majority, late majority, and you always have your skeptics at the end. What we're going to try to do is move that technology curve a little bit. So we have your innovators right up front, and then we have early adopters. Then comes the majority, and you got your late adopters and skeptics. But the time to realize return on investment has been shortened dramatically. That's what we're looking for. We have a in our Cognizant contract, because we don't have the staffing available to provide a full-time change management project manager. We have hired one from Cognizant that will be here as needed. And this is kind of his organizational change training roadmap. I'm not even going to begin to go through this and explain it to you, but it's very detailed, very good. He's excellent at what he does. He'll be here on an ongoing basis. Here's a training approach, strategy, needs assessment, curriculum plan, design, develop, experience, deliver, reinforce. And then, leading, identify who needs more or less support based on the level of responsibility and how much exposure do they have to Workday and the pre-go live. And then you try to figure out what's in it for me, get people to buy in, pinpoint the key motivational factors, the win, and the wins with Workday financials for each of your end user groups, and then evaluate the practical training methods and delivery timing based on the audience group need, impact, as well as other factors, such as the period close. I miss you, Michelle.
I think you're doing great.
Okay. Thanks. So with that, the recommended action is approve the selection, authorize the chair to sign the associated documents. Workday ERP software solution in year one is going to be $262,832. It'll go up to just over $400K by the end of year two, and then it levels out for the next 20 years or something. 10 years.
So this 262, this year one is like next week going forward to May 1st, this planning period. Okay.
And then Teller, which is our cashiering software solution, that's $74,000 annually. And then Cognizant Collaborative, the implementation partner, that's a big one, $1,787,664. That's a one-time charge. I'll bring us home. We have ARPA funds budget for this, not costing taxpayer money. It'll be truly a foundational change for the county. I think it's something that we'll look back on years from now and be very, very happy we did it.
When was the last time the county has done something like this?
So the ERP that we're on right now, which is actually designed for schools, I wouldn't even call it an ERP. The financial software that we're on right now was in response to Y2K.
Oh my gosh, it's 24 years old.
So it's going on,
Half a century.
it's going on 28 years old, and it is a product that has largely been discontinued by this company that was purchased by Tyler and this product has largely been discontinued by Tyler.
So the folks who've been or will be providing support, are they out of the Cognizant office here in Missoula?
There's one individual that lives in Missoula that will be on the team, and then the rest of them are.
They're dispersed throughout the United States, but the lead for our project is out of the Missoula County area.
Which is great. She doesn't have to fly anywhere. She can just drive in.
Questions from anyone?
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. So much work put into this.
It was unbelievable, and it was truly a countywide effort. We had subject matter experts from every department. Michelle rounded up all of the cats and dogs and made them a total line, and got some good cooperation, good insight. It was a collaborative approach, and really happy to look out.
There's really, I hear not every day, but frequently, I'll hear individuals, they'll talk about something and they'll say something like, is Workday going to solve that for us? How are we going to work to have Workday solve that for us? So people are forward thinking about what the gaps are in our current business processes and how we can think more collaboratively about how to make Workday work for everybody. So it's a positive experience already.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Excellent.
I move to approve the ERP MSA contract with Workday.
Second, any further discussion or public comment from anyone in the room or online? Come on, folks.
We need champagne and confetti and.
More contracts coming.
Okay.
The champagne and the confetti come on, go live day.
Okay.
Go live day.
May 1st, 2025.
Okay, let's go ahead and vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thanks, Andrew and Michelle and everyone else who played a role in this. Is there anything else that we need to discuss at this moment? We will be adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Do we put this like in a time capsule?
Sure.